Hey, so good to see you guys again on another Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here with Honor in Your Health, and I have my beautiful, beautiful friend, Coach Kim, beside me as we host this show for you for the next several minutes. So we want to get into this, and before we get into what we're talking about today, which is priority, a lot of things about priorities. Going to be interesting conversation. So join us, hop in live. And if you see this on the replay, yes, add your comments. Definitely like this and definitely share this out to other people. We are on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and we really do ask you that you subscribe to our YouTube channels and pass it to a friend, a loved one, a colleague, or whoever you're collaborating with. Because as we know, in our health and in our wealth, it's so important that we honor it, right? So, who am I? As you can see up here, is Living Loving You Well LLC. That's the name of my company, and I founded it. I'm Terrell Sally Holloman. But more importantly, what do I do? What do I do? I actually work with professional women, leaders, and business owners, really, to help them get over being frustrated with the health system, reducing those office doctor visits and those chemical solutions that they're trying to figure out so that they can heal their bodies by using their blood type so that they can have a long lasting lifestyle. Okay, so I'm going to pass it over to Coach Kim and she'll introduce herself and who she serves and we'll get started.
Hello, I am Coach Kim, and my assignment is to empower professional women and moms by bringing healing and freedom to their finances in order to give them financial relief from financial stress.
All right, now, so let's get this party started. We were talking last week about procrastination, and we just realized talking about this topic of priority, it's almost like this opposite effect because when you think about when we talked about procrastination, and if you have not seen it, please go back and check it out for yourself. Procrastination is almost this avoidance that you don't want to get it done. By priority is that you're eager to get it done because that's the first thing on your list to do, that you are making it very important to yourself. So when we talked about this a little bit, of course, before the show, and we had some great things to talk about it because there are different places, different people, different things going on in our lives that we will prioritize different things. And I want to come from the side of your health, okay? Because we only have one body, Temple, only one. And I believe, honestly, it's a priority to take care of it and keep it whole and healthy. There was this study, and I honestly don't remember where I might have got this information from. It might have been the CDC or AHA, which is the American Health Association. But the key is that women put themselves at least fifth on the list in reference to priority. The first thing is usually their spouses, their kids, their pets, and their elderly. In other words, whoever they care take for, maybe their dads, their mom or grandparent or something like that. And then number five is them. We really, as women, put ourselves almost at the bottom, and some people say the last of the bottom because we care for everybody else, we nurture everybody else, and we don't consider ourselves a priority. Now, why is that? That's the question I have for you guys to put in the chat and the comments. Why don't you prioritize yourself first, especially in your health, when you know that when you don't, you feel worse because then that trickles over to sickness or disease when you don't take care of yourself in terms of your priority, in terms of whether it's eating, whether it's sleeping, whether it's exercise, whether it's drinking more water, whatever it is, you're not taking time for you. So I would love to know your thoughts on that, Coach Kim, because I know she got a lot of stuff to talk about on this priority one.
Wow, I'm going to piggyback of what you off of what you just said, and I was thinking about all of those commitments, and we put ourselves last. Women put up themselves at, well, not last, but fifth, which is probably close to last. Is overcommitment. We take on
Mm,
so many responsibilities, and sometimes those responsibilities can leave us feeling overcommitted, overwhelmed, stressed, depleted, and we can go on. And I think it comes into a boundary issue. Yeah. It comes into a
Mm,
boundary issue because we have so much stuff and we want to help everybody because sometimes that's our nature. We want to help everybody. We want to say yes, and we really should be saying no. So we are being overcommitted in different parts of our life. It depends what stage and I would say what age we are in. We might have small kids at home, a husband, a grandparent, all of that. Those in some cultures are living in the same house, and you're trying to meet the needs of every one of them. And therefore, you are over because committee because you want to be the room mom, you want to be the driver, you want to be the cook, you want to, and you are over committing. Therefore, it's really hard
overcommitting.
to prioritize. It's hard to prioritize when you're overcommitted.
Yep, that
So
is
that's
so true. You know, when you said that overcommitted and how we have all of these jobs, I know they have this joke about the island. They got 14 jobs. Nothing against, people in the island, of course, because my mother was. And I'm just thinking, I remember reading in the Wall Street Journal years ago, they called it a domestic engineer, a woman that had, she's the nurse, she's the doctor, she's the caregiver, she's the mom, right? And then she's the maid, all of these titles that we had and how much they would actually have to pay her back then. And this is almost 15 years ago, guys. So 15, 20 years ago, it was like $360,000. I could only imagine that now. That's probably double or triple. So we're talking almost probably like $900,000 for all those different jobs a woman does and does not. You think about all the jobs she has, she does not still make herself a priority to take care of herself. So what happens when you don't take care of yourself? The body starts decaying. I know that's a strong word, but hey, I'm going to be real with it. It starts decaying. The stress alone starts breaking up the different organs. And then you start with the headaches and you start with the high blood pressure. And then you find out something like that might scare you, but hey, you find out an autoimmune condition or cancer or something like that because of the all the overcommitments to cancer. You're not eating right, you're not sleeping right, you're not drinking the water, you're eating processed foods. There's a lot of things, very delicate balance for us in terms of our bodies and our minds and our souls. So finding ways to prioritize your health is imperative, I would say, right? And even when we're in different stages of our life, yeah, in the 20s, you're like, oh, carefree. I don't care too much. I could drink, smoke, whatever I want to do. And you think like that. I was there. But then when you get to your 40s, 50s, and 60s, things change a little bit. You can't take off those 10, 15 pounds like you did when you was 19, girl, right? Ain't that the truth? It ain't happening by you starving yourself. Okay, you got to do some work now. So when we think as women, and I know men watch our show too, it goes for you guys too, is that finding time. And when you said boundaries, time hit me really because we only have 24 hours in a day. And finding what works for you is different from somebody else. So what works for Coach T is going to work different for Coach Kim. So for me, I know needing 7 hours to sleep keeps me refreshed. If I get less than that, I'm tired. I make terrible decisions with food. I'll be the first one. Hey, I'm a health coach, but I'll be the first one to tell you I'm running to sugar or something stupid. So that's just the way my body goes. So we think about prioritizing. What things can you think of, Coach Kim, to help someone in that situation where they're not prioritizing their time?
I think that we need to overcome fear, and we
Mm,
also talked about that last fear because we have so many things that we want to do. However, we can't really give it our best because we have so many things. So we do a little bit here, a little bit there, and
yes.
we're it's almost like a fear of commitment.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, it's
Oh,
about
that's a good one.
yes, not prioritizing could be a fear of commitment. I don't want to commit to one, two, and three because I don't know if I'm gonna have time to get to it. I don't know if I'm gonna fail at doing it. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one right
Ooh,
there.
that's a good one. Right?
Yeah.
Fear of
Yes.
commitment. And they
Yes.
hey, now you think about it, there are people that overcommit because when you overcommit, like you said, you're doing a little bit of everything. Then there's the people that don't want to do nothing. I ain't gonna, I am not gonna volunteer my time for this. I am not gonna work the extra hour or two, even though they're paying me for it. I am not going to eat those vegetables and stuff like that because first of all, I don't like them, even though I know they're healthy for me, right? I'm not gonna commit to this because I'm fearful. I'm fearful. And fearful comes with doubt. Fearful comes with confusion. There's no clarity there, okay, by not taking a stand. It's so easy. You know what happens when you don't take a stand? You fall for everything. That's what I remember hearing. And I think my mom said that too. When you don't take a stand on anything, you fall for everything. And you want to be able to take a stand on something. So Coach Kim is in finance. And that's a big one in terms of your wealth, taking a stand on focusing on a prioritized thing with your finances. The same thing with your health. Eating for your blood type, a lot of people think, well, I can't do that, or that don't make no sense, or I just can't. Listen, anything you do in life takes time. It's a process, right? You got to trust the process. And I know eating for your blood type, at least for me and the folks that I've helped, um, in their health and their lifestyle, that have definitely received the benefits of it because they trust the process and they committed, right? And they made it a priority. They weren't like, oh, I'll play with it. And maybe next time, maybe I'll do it Tuesday, maybe I'll do it next Saturday, maybe I won't do it at all. That kind of thing. That's when you're not committing to something and you're not making it a priority. So then we come back to the conversation we had last week. You're procrastinating, right? You
Yes,
procrastinate.
yes. That that procrastination right there, it seems how it just travels with us. Whoa. Perhaps we just need to change some things. I think we need to change
Mm,
our perception on how we look at the different things that we do, because we need to change, because we change, it's gonna change things around us. But we got to do it. What's important to you? You know,
mm.
uh,
Yep.
what is important to you? That's what I think we need to stop and think, because we're talking about prior. What is
Priorities.
prioritizing? What? Yeah. What is your priority? That what really take 30 seconds and think about what is really important to you. Now you can think of what is important to you now. What is important to you in the future, 5 years from now, and maybe with that you can develop a plan and say every day I'm going to do one, two, three because of my health, or because of my spiritual life, or because of my finances. If I don't get to the other 10 on the list, it's okay. But if I just take those top three and prioritize those and get to it, I'm going to tell you, it's going to relieve stress, because it's going to give you more clarity and
Yes.
so much more. But we got to stop. We are on the go. We have to take time and stop and think about what's really important and go from there.
I like that. You talked about how to take forward charge and prioritize. And it's just taking time to stop because here, right now in 2023, that this is being filmed, who knows how long this recording will last on social media, whatever comes upon it, maybe a couple of months in the future or whatever. People are always rushing. It's always instant gratification. No one wants to wait or stop or pause or reflect on what they need to do next. And prioritizing things takes time to figure that out. So I agree with you, Coach Kim. Take some time out, write down that list, really look into those areas that you know right now you need to improve. Hey, maybe it isn't your health. Maybe you are at where you need to be. Your body is great. There's no health challenges hanging over your head. You're at the perfect weight you want to feel. Skin clear. Everything is good. But maybe in your finances, that's all jacked up. I don't know. It could be anything. Or your relationship isn't right. A lot of times in our lives, things aren't always in harmony. Certain things are really doing well, and some things you're like, oh, I got to improve in that a little bit more. So take that time, like Coach Kim said, and really sit down and figure out what is important to me. right now. What's important to me in 6 months? What's important to me in a year? Maybe in 5 years. If you cannot think 5 years, take, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. Work that way. But we have to do something to find out seriously how we can keep our health together, keep our immune system up and boosted, and how we can keep our finances where we're out of debt, that we owe no one any money, man, no money, and that we're saving, and we need, that we can use that money so that we can give more or travel more, whatever you want to do with it, right? So as we end this session right now, I wanted to share and put your eyes to the ticker tape at the bottom. You can reach me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And Coach Kim has her financial exam always available at your fingertips to help you get straight with regard to your finances. And anything else you want to share, Coach Kim?
I want you to make a list. That's what I want you to do. Those that are listening to us, really, we want you to win. And part of winning is relieving stress, and part of not prioritizing things in your life can be stressful. We just want you to stop, think, and breathe.
Stop, think, and breathe. And just a reminder, my book, order your copy, order your copy. This is a great time to find out how someone like myself, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to the story, is how shame can definitely take you out of the game, but no more importantly, how you can overcome it so that you can use your voice to share with other people that they can have victory in their lives. So that's why I wrote this book. It's called Embarrassed to Empowered, a healing lupus story. So get your copy today and give to someone else if that's not your story. I would definitely love that. So guys, be good, and we'll be back here next week with a different topic to talk about how are you honoring your health today. Okay, we're gonna work on that, right? So thanks for being here. Great to see you. And again, have a beautiful, beautiful week. Bye bye now.